July the 10th at this 2020 in this Buenos Aires, and to say exact, for about 14:15, I'm sorry, 18:15. Here in Buenos Aires, you know, there is a very reality that we've been through. We've been talking now. We've been talking clear about the whole problem, and we've just finished. Kadoish and Chai, I'm sorry for everything, for the whole pains, for the whole suffers, and for the whole of the situations that didn't have to happen. I'm so sorry, Your Majesties, for the whole pains and suffers that didn't have to be. For the whole that we in our night in our, for the whole that we're causing, for the whole of our suffers, and to every person that we embrace and we love and I love. I'm sorry. Coronavirus, what exactly the last intent for what they call the government of the world, with Evangelicals Argentina, victims of art, they're to making. It means not what the term of the corona, which dogs and cats, which is not the same like herpes virus. And this coronavirus is not exactly what the corona, which came to be. Actually, it were called by Masons, which they produce in China, not Chinese. The reality for a laboratory deliberately to making some efficiently element that they choose to call Corona Project, to the making exactly to bend on whole humankind and whole states toward that they will kill and making massacres, assassinations to people, saying that they had a cure and they never had it. If the states wouldn't bend down in front of them to give them whatever they wanted and submit. And it's not a lie. At the last hours, this were another hell that we've been dealing with for the reference of other situations and affairs which are delegated that we will talk in another moment, with the best of our clear and proper ways and the respectful ways for the sufferers of all, including mine, and I'm so sorry. And the realities which came on happening is that this corona COVID-19 is exactly the recreation for the project of COVID-19 of 2019. But the Ejército Argentino, Armada Argentina and Kirchners, with them Masons organized of over prestigious at the whole world of them, ancestors of the whole of the imperialists like Ramesses II. And it's no lie, neither at the libraries, especially ones I mentioned, to show the truth. At the normal reference which the realities came to happen and came to be, with so natural accent over what they will supervise them existences about everybody's else's, and no matter what, they will put the rule and the norm for who will deserve to live, having and living, and at the marching of what and what character and what to be that life to. Referring for the whole of the damages, you understand the highest hierarchical stage, which is exactly not only my person, but whoever they put aside around, and making prevailing them ways to, are affecting now to sight and to making the dikes like they've been all the time making me. Diking my days in my life, previous and whatever and however, to go through whatever and whenever. And at this last hours were exactly since yesterday the last revealed, in which the whole work that we've done, that we could succeed, to the Fotrema Vashmesev, to Atremasam Vashmesev, over since my childhood I've been working to making those things that we can count this day, for our days were filled of practices and possibilities for we called forward and making something else to rescue our lives and our populations in the whole of our days. You already have the documentation which is real, and every person there protected with you all, and you know how we will proceed. which this diablo de porquería degenerados with evangelicals degenerados, victims apart, naturally saying that they transferred and cave and making the whole of the terror tab over they will be so religious to me and I will be the whole demon for them, for they will take everything off of me and give it to anybody else because of God will punish me and they will never give me to be. Sorry, and forwarding that the sickness that they made up at these last hours with a documentation forged and also 926 centillions of millions of supposed confessions by me, judicially, and in front of police, supposed research elementals that I will say yes, and supposed elementals for the whole of the reference that I will give in the right exact regretting in front of justice and socials and organizations and organans, sorry, they said orgamans, no lie. From states, evangelicals and universities and everybody saying, I'm sorry, I regret because of I will rob them. And I will signate with my signature. Forged everyone by Policía de Argentina, evangelicals and their bodies. Always. Psicópatas o delincuentes baratos. And kirchners, naturally. So, sorry for this. In the middle of the realities they made up that are robbed them since my childhood. That they've been seeking so far and so long that now they know everything that you have that you know I've done and we've done. Alright, with the rest all, knows my life and my existence and my Holy Spirit. About they does on the witchcraft and the generations and the chiquera business, which they are. 4 pixty and 4 chick, words of the dual, Spanglish. Alright, sorry. Between the whole of the references for the diablas enfermas, everyone is, and diablos degenerados, everyone are. So at the point for this, these references of these last hours is exactly that they've been pouring like in ancient seasons as much they crossed me through, understanding it was me. Hantavirus, I am healing, but I am affected from some flu, from severe days, for the whole of the stress and reference and tiredness and the whole of the struggles that we've been through and tired. And it's just a flu, it's an influenza 3 now. I am with stress, but I will have coronavirus. And coronavirus is exactly flufftus, but parvus virus modified, also in brain. And myelina destroyed, forwarding the persons gets an release and neuroshock and falls in the streets and falls whatever, trembling and like if there will be a very stench of disgusting smell over pus secreting from the flufftus all over mucosas. And that is what China revealed and shown to the whole world by BNTNC Farm Ministry, Justice Ministry, and ICNT Social Development Ministry and Wealth Ministry into the World Health Organization. And not the sickness that they pour all over to try to make focuses and, oh, just bring the broad and just blufters and marine brought this all over. And the significance is that so millions has infected and so hundreds has healed. Oh my God, and we have another potential because of it's all over. And the sickness of this tierra degenerada called Argentina, I'm sorry, victims, is exactly no remedy. And thus it has no healing, and won't ever have it. Now the reality is that I will be trapped here, like so much others that I am already completed the job. Forwarding the normal, and as much the reality of mine, uncomplicated for everything were just deliberately, with the whole intentional, causing to infringe my person at the whole destruction, intelligence, and rampage and devastation. But that doesn't mean that they will succeed. Now, the reality for this is, I am still working, and I'm going to keep on working like every one of us, and the highest with you all. And so I'm going to do what is certainly must be done. The realities are, I will still delay, I will still need medication, I will ever have to be with the Cotinette Coblev for laboratory, because if they will ever show it, they will ever have to internate me, because if I will be so severe for this one, but this one will go for the coordinate trouser at the best ever focus of the power never missing. Because of this land is so blue-featherless, which everything is delusional and delirious for a career, and because of a name over the membership of the Mason mother, sorry the word, with a freaking all complete of the lineages of the sons of goddamn hell that you know, other reference of the best ever, that much as they can provide, to giving to the memberships, to the glorious honors and respects, and the whole of the careers and the glory for the future and prominential richness, about killing us all, to share. So the reality of this tierra degenerada enferma has an end, and ever after, victims apart, which they accidentally have been birthed in Argentina, further the tight feeling for the painful dollars, and I'm sorry for that, but people, be strong and growing up. Heal now and understand where the worth and what the worth to sustain, not a goddamn hell shit. And that's what the name. I know it hurts, it's painful, but the reality is painful to sustain a sickness for everybody today, then just fight for the ones that must leave and set the sickness away hereafter. All right, the realities are exactly as much we've been doing. They've been attempting